guys, I'm Bright Cat, and welcome back to my channel. Now, for this video, it's going to be a little bit of a ramble. I do have a bit of a dilemma, you see. So, you know how they say, if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. But what about if you do what you love every day for a living and you grow to resent it? What happens when what you love to do just becomes work? It just becomes boring, everyday, routine by rote. And that's what's got me thinking about, should I even really bother with making a career, like a paid career from my art, or should I just leave it as a hobby that I love to do in my spare time? And honestly, I'm kind of really torn on this because, number one, I went to college for art. I spent a lot of money to earn my degree. And if I don't make a career out of my art, then I kind of feel like that's really been just nothing but wasted time and money in a sort of way. Not to say that I'm not grateful for the time and experience that I had going to college, but at the same time, you know, is my degree really just a useless piece of paper? I don't know if I can just accept that. And also, it's like, okay, well, I get into a nice, creative business. I don't know what I've got going on, but it becomes successful. But somewhere along the way, like, my passion for what I'm doing just fizzles out because, it's a lot of stress running your own business and having your own brand. And, it's one of those things where you can't just, well, I guess you could just put it down. You could just sell out to a bigger company and then just walk away from it. But like, I can't just walk away from my art. It's a part of me, like a part of my soul. So that's just like one of the things I've been kind of digging into lately. So I'm like, well, on one hand, it's like, okay, I could have one or the other, but why not both? You know what I mean? Like, just have projects of my own that I may or may not share with the world, that I keep close to the chest, and then I have other projects that, I publish, try to make a little bit of cash on, because, a girl gotta eat. Or, I could just go with the route of working my 9 to 5, quote unquote, getting that steady paycheck, that steady money. I got a roof over my head, my bills are paid, I don't have to worry about anything, truly. The only downside to that is I'm working a job that's not really fulfilling in any kind of way. And then, it's not to say that I hate my current job, really, by any means, but it can be quite tiresome from time to time. And if it weren't for my coworkers, who I do actually enjoy working with, I probably would have left that place a long time ago. But I have a stable home, stable income, all that good stuff, so my free time can be just spent doing art and not having to worry about it. Like, I could really just keep it as a personal hobby of mine, or do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. As of right now, I have endeavored to try to make more income from my art in the past. However, those forays did not really turn out very well. I briefly mentioned in a previous video that I did open an Etsy shop because, well, there's like, oh yeah, you can just use print on demand, you can put your art on different items, sell the items through your Etsy shop, and you can make a little bit of cash that way. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I started to try to do that last year, and I found that number one, I hate the process of doing market research, which is probably not good if I'm trying to start a business of any kind, because you need to be dialed in with what people are willing to buy. Number two, and I'm a little bit ashamed to admit this, I kind of early on fell into that trap of like, well, you don't have a lot of time to make hundreds and hundreds of designs, like good designs, so why not just use a little bit of generative AI? Gasp! Oh no, an artist using AI for designs on Etsy, oh my god. Like everybody else on Etsy who uses AI designs. I know, it's awful. String me up in the streets, I don't know, I don't care. But, I quickly discovered that I did not really care for doing that. The designs themselves are often very lackluster, and I would have to spend a lot of time doing touch-up and trying to make it look halfway decent anyway. So I quickly abandoned that, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just make my own design from scratch, basically. And I tried to do that, but I am more of an illustrator. I'm not much of a graphic designer. So I can't really say that my design skills are especially strong, so I felt very unconfident with what I was doing. And so since I was feeling unconfident, guess what? My ego decided, girl, you don't have the chops for this, you might as well quit before you even really get into this. So yeah, long story short, my Etsy shop has been abandoned after like maybe 3 or 4 months of half-heartedly attempting to even really do anything with it. And so it's like I kind of really just defeated myself out of that, because it's like, how do I know my shop would or would not have been successful if I didn't give it my honest best try? But that's neither here nor there. That's in the past. I have to accept that I'm not really one for Etsy. Move on, right? So another thing I've tried is setting up like a Patreon. Now, my Patreon is of NSFW, not safe for work, spicy images. That is not appropriate for children under the age of 18. Okay, cool. Well, problem with that is you still have to offer value. Like anything you do that you want to make money with or on, you have to offer the people value of some kind. They're not going to show up and give you money just because you exist. Like I have not just a Patreon, but I also have a Ko-fi, or is it coffee? Is it actually Ko-fi or coffee? I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, I have one of them too. I also have subscription tiers on my DeviantArt page, and all of it, I got crickets. I just have crickets, no subscribers really, and that's because I don't really have anything for people to be excited about. It's like, yeah, okay, I have pretty decent art. Like in my head, I'm like, wow, my art's the bee's knees. People should just, be glad to give me $1 here or there. No, that's not reality. Reality is I need, if I really want to make my art into some kind of business or side hustle or whatever I'm doing, then I have to be able to provide the people, whether it's an educational value or entertainment value, both, provide good customer service, things like that. Right now I don't really have anything for somebody to support. Now, that being said, that's more so for like any subscription based or like product based. I don't really have, the only product I know for sure that I have is commissions, where I will, take the customer's idea and draw it to the best of my ability and send it back to them. That you do feedback, make the alterations as needed, and then, when they're happy with it, then job's done. So as of right now, probably I want to say 99% of the income I have made from my artwork has been through commissions. And even then, my commission work has been slow, because I'm not very consistent with putting up advertisements and being on social media. My social media presence is basically non-existent. I have my DeviantArt page, my Fur Affinity page, and that's it, really. I have an X/Twitter account. Yes, I have a Blue Sky account, but I barely put any time or any kind of effort into those platforms. I have an Instagram. I abandoned that. I had a Facebook page for Bright Cat Art. I abandoned that. And now that I think about it, probably a lot of my lack of success can be attributed to my lack of consistency. I'm not very consistent with a lot of what I'm doing, because I fall back into those bad mindsets of, this isn't worth your time. No one is gonna like this. So you're trying, but nothing is happening. And I count myself out of the game before I've even really had a chance to get started. They say if you're trying to build something from scratch, like really trying to put forth effort into learning, to growing something, you need to be doing it for at least 6 months to a year before you can get enough data to decide, is this working or not? And even on here on YouTube, that's kind of the same thing. This is really only like my 4th video since I've been back, and it's only been maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. I'm not even entirely sure, and it's like, I have to be very mindful of, like, hey, this is the very beginning. I'm not gonna get a lot of views. I'm not gonna get a lot of attention. The algorithm hasn't picked me up at all, really, so to speak. So it's another thing to also have patience. I need to build consistency and patience. That's probably my biggest challenge to do. My consistency, patience, and not wanting to give up right away when I don't see immediate results. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, trying to figure out, do I really want to dig into making a true side business, art hustle, like a sticker shop, or really go full tilt on commissions, or trying to build and market my own graphic novel, anything really. I gotta sit down and really figure out what is it that would be amenable to the amount of time that I have, because like I said before, I do work full time. I don't have all day every day to draw, to plan, to market, and I also have to dedicate time to making videos, because I'm committing to making videos to document my progress and my journey. So that's really it for right now. That's my next task. That's my next big task. I'm gonna say that. My next big task is to sit down and figure out, do I want to do hobby? Do I want to do business? Or do I really want to try to get into both? I think I can do both. But if I'm going to do both, I'm going to have to start one project, finish one project, then go on to the next thing. Start one sticker shop, finish the sticker shop, keep with it. Keep making designs, keep making listings. And then see, is this working? Is this not working? Do I need to market more? Do I need to improve my designs more? Where do I go to get feedback? things like that. So I'll get back to y'all on whether or not I figure this out anytime soon. I've got plenty of time to think at work when I'm at my workstation, assembling whatever I'm doing. So, yeah, join me again next time. Same place, maybe different time, I don't know. But till then, I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope y'all have a great week. And I'll catch y'all next time. Later.